Imagine the sky roiling with storm clouds, the blinding flash of lightning splitting the heavens, and the earth-shaking rumble of thunder. This was the heady cocktail of celestial drama that the Greeks attributed to one being, Zeus, the king of gods. Inhabitor of Mount Olympus, Zeus wielded the thunderbolt with devastating precision, forever altering the landscapes of ancient Greek mythology. Yet his power was not only destructive, it was also regenerative, marking new beginnings after catastrophe. Dive deeper, and you'll find Zeus wasn't just the god of the sky, weather, and thunder. He held sway over law, order, fate, and justice, concepts central to human civilizations. His dalliances with goddesses and mortal women alike resulted in a myriad of offspring, each holding significant places in Greek mythological accounts. From Hercules, the epitome of bravery and strength, Athena, the goddess of wisdom and strategic warfare. In the heart of ancient Greece, under the radiant skies deified by gods, a legendary figure makes his mark. Hercules, the son of Zeus, the mightiest among the mortal borns. His father, Zeus, the ruler of all gods, imposes upon him a penance like no other to attest his worth, the 12 labors. Our story emanates as Hercules embarks on his quest to ascend the Olympian legacy. Each labor brings with it a gargantuan beast or a daunting task no mortal dared to confront. From slaying the 9-headed Hydra to capturing the golden hind of Artemis and taming the Cerberus, the vicious hound guarding the gates of Hades, Hercules conquers all. But these trials are not just of muscle. They are an exploration of his darkest fears, his deepest regrets, his stifled anger, and unshed tears. Hercules battles not only these mythical monsters, but the monsters within himself. Watch as our hero Hercules not only defies the odds, but his own tumultuous past, becoming a beacon of strength and resilience in a world besieged by wrath and caprices of the gods. Hercules, the Trials of a Demigod Part 2. But these trials were more than tests of strength. They were battles against his own rage, sorrow, and past sins. Each labor forced Hercules to confront his inner demons. Wrestling the Erymanthian boar mirrored his struggle with uncontrollable fury. Cleaning the Augean stables was a fight for redemption. Stealing the apples of the Hesperides proved that wit mattered as much as strength. His greatest test? Descending into the underworld to face Cerberus. But taming the beast was nothing compared to resisting the whispers of regret that haunted him. Emerging victorious, Hercules didn't just prove his strength, he proved his resilience. But was this the end of his journey? Or was fate preparing another challenge? Hercules, the Trials of a Demigod. The final journey, Hercules had conquered the impossible, proving his strength, wit, and resilience. But his greatest battle was yet to come, not against monsters or gods, but against his own fate. The weight of his past sins still lingered. Seeking redemption, Hercules joined the Argonauts, fought alongside kings, and even took on new challenges set by the gods. Yet tragedy followed him. Betrayed, poisoned, and suffering beyond mortal limits, he made a final choice to embrace his divine destiny. As the flames of his funeral pyre consumed him, Zeus intervened, lifting his son to Olympus. No longer just a mortal, Hercules ascended as a god, immortalized in the stars as a constellation. Once tested by trials, became a beacon of perseverance and sacrifice, inspiring warriors for generations. And so, the mortal who defied the impossible became
the birth of a goddess. Before Athena became the revered goddess of wisdom and war, her origin was unlike any other. Born from Zeus alone, she emerged fully grown and armored from his forehead, a spectacle that shook Olympus. Unlike her divine siblings, Athena was neither ruled by impulse nor sheer power. She was strategy incarnate, a force of intellect and discipline. But as the gods welcomed their new warrior, a question loomed. Would she be a force of peace or destruction? Like for Part 2. The protector of heroes. Athena guided legendary heroes like Perseus, Odysseus, and Hercules, shaping history with wisdom, not just war. She outwitted gods, gifted Athens its eternal symbol, and proved that true power lies in strategy. But could even she escape divine rivalries? Those who challenged her, like Arachne, faced consequences beyond imagination. As tensions rose among the gods, would her wisdom be enough to secure her place in Olympus? The eternal goddess, Athena was tested time and time again. She punished arrogance, turning Medusa into a Gorgon and weaving a tragic fate for Arachne. She stood by Olympus in the great Titanomachy, but even gods were not above fate. As civilizations rose and fell, her temples crumbled, and her name faded into history. But did she ever truly vanish? Even today, Athena's wisdom lives on, in strategy, justice, and every battle fought with intellect over brute strength. The birth of light. Born from Zeus and Leto, Apollo entered the world in a blaze of divine glory. His birth was no simple event. Hera, jealous of Leto, tried to prevent it, forcing his mother to wander in search of a safe haven. Finally, on the floating island of Delos, Apollo and his twin sister Artemis were born. From the moment he took his first breath, he was destined for greatness. But his journey was just beginning. The Slayer of Darkness. Apollo proved his divine power by slaying the monstrous Python, securing Delphi as his sacred domain and establishing the oracle. Though revered for his wisdom and music, his pride and temper led to rivalries and trials. He challenged mortals and gods alike, from musical duels with Marsyas to conflicts with Zeus himself. His victories were legendary, but his flaws would shape his fate just as much as his triumphs, like for Part 3. The Eternal Flame. As the god of music, poetry, and the sun, Apollo illuminated the world with both light and art. He guided heroes, inspired poets, and commanded the sun's daily rise. Yet even gods could not escape fate. His loves often ended in tragedy. His punishments were harsh, and his own prophecies revealed painful truths. Still, his legacy endured. Even as myths faded, Apollo's brilliance remained, a beacon of knowledge, power, and divine justice. Born of moonlight. Born alongside her twin Apollo, Artemis came into the world as a fierce protector of her mother Leto. While Apollo claimed the sun, Artemis embraced the moon, ruling over the wilds and all creatures within them. Sworn to eternal maidenhood, she became the goddess of the hunt, protecting nature and punishing those who dared disrespect her. But with such power came both devotion and fear, like for Part 2. The Huntress Unbound. Artemis was unmatched in skill, a master archer who roamed the forests with her band of nymphs. She granted swift justice to those who harmed the innocent, from slaying the boastful hunter Orion to transforming Actaeon into a stag for spying on her. Yet even gods could not escape fate, and Artemis would soon face trials that tested her very principles. Would her strict vow of purity be her greatest strength or her deepest wound?
The shadow of divinity. As a protector of women and children, Artemis brought both mercy and wrath, guiding lost souls and striking down those who defied her. Her power was absolute, yet her loneliness lingered, forever bound to the wilds, never to love, never to change. She remained a beacon of strength, her name whispered in both prayers and warnings. In a world ruled by gods, Artemis stood alone, untamed and eternal.
Born for battle. From the moment Ares, the son of Zeus and Hera, took his first breath, war coursed through his veins. Unlike Athena, who embodied strategy and wisdom in warfare, Ares was pure chaos, a force of bloodshed and destruction. Wherever he went, conflict followed, and though feared on the battlefield, he was never truly respected among the gods. But war was never just about brute strength, and Ares would soon face enemies beyond mere mortals.
The bloodstained warrior. With his sons Deimos and Phobos by his side, Ares spread destruction wherever he went. From clashing with legendary heroes like Hercules to taking part in the Trojan War, his thirst for battle was unrelenting. Yet his greatest downfall was not on the battlefield, but in love. His affair with Aphrodite led to a humiliating betrayal that shook Olympus. For all his power, could Ares ever escape the chaos he embodied? The eternal struggle. Despite the scorn of gods and mortals alike, Ares remained an unstoppable force. As long as war existed, he would endure, feeding off every clash of steel and every cry of battle. He was neither a hero nor a villain. He was war itself, a necessary force in a world that could never know true peace. Feared, hated, and unyielding, Ares would forever stand at the heart of every conflict, an immortal storm raging through history,